Welcome back, Tigers. We hope everybody had a good spring break. And starting us off, we'll go in detail about the EOCT schedule, the spring sports tournaments, and our upcoming prom. Please make sure to watch to not miss any info. Academic Signing Day will be on April the 27th at 9:45 a.m. If you're interested, please sign up by Monday the 17th. Send your acceptance letters or your senior picture to Devin Curry at thecapschoolsga.org. Academic Signing Day invitations and ticket will be distributed to the academic signees on the 13th. Please remember only one college will be acknowledged at the Academic Signing Day. The additional colleges will be placed on the academic wall with your picture. Seniors, caps, and gowns. Seniors, if you did not pick up your cap and gown on March 31st, Harf Jones will be back in the building on May 5th during lunch. If you did not pick it up at that time, you will need to pick it up at their business location for graduation. Attendance reminders. This is a reminder that students that arrive to school after 9 a.m. must be signed by a parent or a guardian. Random tardy sweeps will begin this week and continue until the end of the year. Please encourage your students to report to each class on time. EOCT testing. The following four courses in Georgia have EOCs: Biology, U.S. History, American Literature, and Coordinate Algebra. According to the Georgia Board of Education, the end of course serves as the final exam. These courses listed above. For a student to receive credit for an end of course, the average of the coursework and EOC score must equal or exceed 70. It is the expectation that every student enrolled in the four courses identified above take the EOC. Students who fail to take the end of course during this testing window must do so by the end of the next grading period.
What's up, Tucker Tigers? For this week, Tucker Sports, we're going to talk about how a coach impacts a team.
All right, I'm Coach Heyen here. Talk about how Coach impacts a team getting ready for state playoffs. Coach sets the expectations for the team, hold everybody accountable, and it's their job to get the best out of their players and help them grow, be successful not only on the field, but off the field as well. There's a lot of life lessons you can learn through sports and take with you into your job, your family, and the rest of your life.
It's important to have a coach that can impact the program in a positive way, because that's what the kids see each and every day. As you practice each day, as you go into your matches each week, it's important to have a good attitude and also to carry yourself with good character as well.
You know, sometimes somebody says something that goes right in your brain and never leaves. Never left for Pat. So Pat would take these players and he would push them so hard in practice. His goal was make practice 5 times harder than the toughest game. Why does he want to do that? If I can make this the most brutal thing in your life and I can do it 4 or 5 times, by the time you get to a game feels like it's easy. And where games are won and lost are often in that last quarter because people are out of condition or exhausted or things get tough. That's how Pat has built the teams he's built. But in the old days, a coach could tell you to do anything, run through that wall, and you would do it. But in the modern world, you tell an athlete who gets $19 million a year to run through a wall, he goes, F you. He doesn't even want to fly on your plane. He has his own Gulfstream. Why do I have to fly with a team? It's a different universe than it was back in those days. So Pat, back in the Lakers, the changes are starting to happen. He pushes these guys, and they're willing to push. But when you lose everything you worked for a year, and you leave your soul out on the court, and you lose, people hate that. It's one thing to lose. It's another to lose when you feel like you gave what? Everything. So the next year, 1985, if I remember correctly, Pat goes out and he tells the team, look, we have to get 25% better. If we're going to win the championship, if we're going to do this, we got to get 25% better. Now, when he said we got to get 25% better, we're going to increase our workouts, we're going to increase all this 25% more, what do these guys think in their head? You tell me. There's no effing way. There isn't 25% more in me. And they started to push back. And he got annoyed and pushed back on them, and all of a sudden there was a loss of rapport. So Pat comes to me and said, I've never had this. It's like a mutiny. He said, I got these guys, and they've always listened, and I'm pushing them, and they're just not responding. He goes, this is the most crazy-ass thing in the world. And I said, Pat, do you really need to be 25% better when you lost in the 7th game by this many points? He goes, no, but I figured if I make it 25, then if we at least get to like 10, that's all we need. I said, the problem is you went past the threshold of their belief. When you go beyond the threshold of what somebody believes, it's over. Raise your hand if you follow what I'm talking about.
This is our wrap for 2 week Tucker Sports. Let's support our teams this upcoming week. Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Juan Castro.
Hey Tigers, for Tucker Clubs this week, we'll be focusing on the Student Government Association. This club that is monitored by Miss Oglesby-Jelks strives to make an impact for students by students. There are various roles that keep the SGA running.
And we basically make sure that the students' voices are heard. Not just the voices of the students, but the voices of the community as well. It also gives kids an idea of what leadership is and how to formulate their normal everyday dealings of government. So, student government is a great thing.
Hey everyone, my name is Jordan Taylor and I'm the Executive Vice President of the SGA here at Tucker. As a member of SGA, we plan the main events like homecoming, and then you can also be a part of prom committee and planning prom, and those are the really two big events that everyone looks forward to. So being able to plan these, I want to make sure that they're enjoyable and that you just really have a fun time. So just being able to represent the student body, I would say that's one of my favorite parts about it.
This year's Student Government Association is leaving a lasting impression for future students every day.
The work that the club is doing is important for social aspects, organization, and leadership skills, all great for the student body. Reporting live for Tiger TV, I'm Taylor Johnson.
Hello Tigers, this week's news segment is about the Americans that were kidnapped by the Mexican cartel. 4 American friends were on a vacation in Mexico where they were attacked and kidnapped by a drug cartel. More than a month after the incident, 2 of the survivors finally spoke out.
I just started crying. It's like I'm never going home. I thought maybe it was just out in Mexico. I didn't know that it hadn't reached the States.
To the United States, right.
So I felt a little better, because I just didn't know our families knew anything that happened to us.
This incident has put a lot of tourists at danger.
I think the fact that Americans are being kidnapped by the cartel is really concerning because we can't really even go out of the U.S. and travel without the fear of knowing that we could actually be kidnapped. So I just think that it's really it's a really scary thought to think about, especially if we're traveling to countries in South America.
Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Carlos Aguirre. This week's health segment is about taking care of your hair. Maintaining a healthy scalp and hair through good hygiene and proper hair care can help prevent and control many diseases and conditions.
I wash my hair twice a day just because I'm active and it's just what I need. For people who might be overwashing their hair, you might be someone with a dry, itchy scalp. It might be winter. You might have just very fragile, brittle hair or voluminous, frizzy hair. People who might benefit from washing more frequently include those who have acne. How would washing your hair help? Well, if you're not washing your hair nightly, you might be leaving some of that hair product on your pillowcase. So ensuring that that's all gone before you go to bed can actually help your acne.
Not only is it important to take care of your scalp, but also your hair itself. Taking care and properly maintaining your hair may also benefit in accentuating your natural waviness or curls.
A few steps that I do to ensure making my hair healthy is by using growth oils and strengthening oils, and also doing a deep condition every few times a month.
Make sure you take proper care of your hair. Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Carlos Aguirre.
It's about that time, Tigers. Prom is quickly approaching, and there are a few important pieces of information that administration would like us students to know. As we all know, prom is on April 29th at the Stave Room in Atlanta from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Unfortunately, parking at the Stave Room is very limited, so administration is strongly suggesting that students are dropped off rather than driving themselves. Students also remember that there is a dress code that will be enforced, so please dress accordingly.
Prom, I'm just looking forward to having fun with my friends and enjoying this memorable event. That's all.
Tickets will be handed out the week of prom, the 24th through the 28th, during lunches. There will be no early checkout on the Friday before prom, so if you do plan to attend prom, make sure that you're at school on the 28th and have no prior appointments booked for that day. Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Kylene Drowns.
As rain pours, flowers bloom with this week's weather report. Monday, we're greeted with possible rain and temperatures as high as 73, low temperatures around 51. Sun will be shining on Tuesday with temperatures as high as 72 and low temperature around 51. Besides a couple of clouds, Wednesday will be shining with temperatures as high as 75 and low temperature around 49. Thursday with the highest temp this week with temperatures as high as 86 and low temperature around 58, followed with clear sunny skies. A sunny Friday with temperature as high as 84 and low temperature around 63, slightly lower than Thursday. Cities will be cleansed by Saturday's moderate rain with temperature as high as 74 and low temperature around 64. Sunday's forecast will be relatively the same with moderate rain and temperatures as high as 77 and low temperature around 62. As we head towards May, spring's essence starts to flourish. That's it for this week's weather forecast. Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm McCarthy.
For this week's show, we would like to shout out Chef McCarthy. Chef McCarthy teaches Intro to Culinary, Culinary 1, and Culinary 2. Her class is in room F205.
So, Chef, what made you want to work in the culinary field?
The love of cooking. Love cooking for people.
Okay. Chef McCarthy is always hard on her students and pushes them to their full potential. She gives tough love to the students whenever it is needed.
Hi, I'm Rachel O'Brien. Chef McCarthy's personality. Very outgoing, very determined. She's hardworking. She's a risk taker. She's a caregiver. I love her all around. Her personality is amazing.
Chef McCarthy has always been there to help no matter what it is. She gives great advice that we might need in the real world.
Chef McCarthy has high expectations for her students and also she's very hard on them.
Chef McCarthy graduated from the Art Institute of Atlanta. Her major was culinary management and her minor was baking and pastry.
Hi. How has Chef McCarthy influenced me? Chef McCarthy influenced me by always doing my best and never ever giving up. Always finish what you do. When you cook a recipe, you can't stop in the middle of the recipe. You have to keep going. And that's what Chef McCarthy helped me do.
Thank you, Chef McCarthy, for showing tough love and letting students know that life isn't easy. Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Heyen and thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning into this week's show. As always, we'll see you on the next one. This is Prom reporting for Tiger TV.